This session is about keeping track of inventory and scanning receipts. All right. The love that is all that is sacred. Okay. So I have gone around the office this morning and taken some pictures of receipts, and I'm going to show you what they look like, and then we're going to have a discussion about it. All right, so this is one receipt that I took a picture of. I don't know why it's blurry, but this is one of the receipts. I'm going to make it big, and hopefully that blue pixelation goes off of it. So what is the issue with this receipt? Can't read it. Can't read it. Can't read it. So this is, in every receipt that I'm showing you, I have gotten. So every one. So that's the reason why I wanted to do this session, because I think that sometimes you just take it, picture of it, send it in, you're not thinking a lot about it. So I wanted to go through and show you some examples of some receipts that I've received. So when you send an email to Amazon and I say, oh, send me a copy of your receipts, this is why. So this is one, subs. I cleaned out my wallet and threw away all my receipts. So I had to scrounge around for receipts this morning. So what is wrong with this receipt? Exactly. That is exactly right. It's cut off. You can only see half of the receipt. So that is an issue. And all of these things that I'm talking about, I'm gonna actually go somewhere with this at the end. But it's half of the receipt is there. This is the other half of that receipt. So half of the receipt is missing once again. What's the issue with this one? There are multiple issues wrong with this one. Exactly. You can't see it. It's crinkled up. It's across the room. Is this what you're getting? Adele, I tell you, I'm not joking. I get every one that I've just went through. Multiple times, not just once, from different people. So this is not Melissa's just like playing around. She has too much free time. This is exactly what I received, which is why I felt the need to do this session. If you have performance notifications or you're applying for approval, you'll need to submit receipts. So it's important to know how to scan a receipt. Yes. And for brand approval. So there's several things, once again, wrong with this one. So what are some things wrong with it? It's faded and what else? Crumpled and what else? It's sideways. So crumpled, you can't read it in the sideways. Now exactly, exactly, Adele. That's exactly what I'm getting to. Exactly. So this is everything that I showed you. These are real life examples of receipts that I've gotten. I didn't show actual ones to protect the innocent, but these are actual receipts that I have received. And you have to think that the person that is going through receipts at Amazon is jaded. They don't want to be doing this. They're not going to take the time to download your file, flip it, zoom into it to see what it is. So you need to take a good quality picture of your receipts and send it to Amazon. So if you don't have that, I recommend doing that as soon as possible. Invest in a scanner so that you can take quality pictures. I'm going to show you what some of ours look like. I'll do January. So these are our receipts. So if I download this, it's just the back of the receipt. The back of the receipt. If you scroll down, it's there. Well, you don't have to do the back. The reason that he did the back is because there's a barcode right there. You might just want to be safe and put it on there. Yes. No. So we have Marshall's receipt. This is, everybody feels different about Marshall receipts. I'm going to tell you how Stan feels about Marshall receipts. So we submit Marshall receipts. We source at Marshall's. We submit the receipt as is. We don't take pictures of the actual product. We don't take pictures of the barcode. We just submit the receipt. It is up to the person to accept that receipt as proper proof. There are sweet spots to submitting these things where you'll get someone who's overseas and they may not be as tough on accepting them, but we do submit Marshall's receipts with might have to submit them multiple times, but we do submit Marshall receipts as is. Yes. Yep. Yep. So if you,
This is something we saw. You know the numbers that are on these tabs?
yeah,
They don't match the receipt. I thought they were supposed to match the receipt.
that's why we don't take pictures of them. It's just too much work.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it. You can spend your time doing better things. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We just send the receipts. I think you might be thinking of, yeah,
In other words, it's not, but if you get somebody that works for Amazon overseas
yes.
and you submit it a couple of times, they'll say, you know what, it's a pain in the butt, just fine.
That's the mentality that we're looking for.
Yeah.
There we go. There you go, Adele. And there you go. See, we've been talking about this for days. Me and Adele have, so I'm glad. So some things to point out. And I get this as well. I just didn't have time to do this. So you can't manipulate a receipt. So you can't add things on there that aren't on there. The only thing that you can write on a receipt is the ASIN number. So if the address isn't on the receipt, you can't write the address in there. That's against Amazon's terms of service, and your account will be suspended. So don't send in a receipt that you've written the address onto. That's a big no-no. It must be straight. So as silly as it sounds, and I know that it sounds silly, you need to make sure that the receipt is facing the correct orientation when you send it into Amazon. Because yes, sometimes they are that lazy. And if you are suspended or this is a performance notification, you don't want to delay this any further by getting rejected because your receipt is sideways instead of the proper orientation. So that is important. Yes, I'm going to get to that. It has to be well lit. So make sure that there's enough light so that it can be seen. So it's not dark and gloomy. Like I was trying to find the darkest places in here this morning to take a picture of a receipt to show you. So you want to make sure that it's well lit. It has to be flat. So not crumpled up like how I showed you, because sometimes that can skew the information that they're looking at. Not blurry like that first receipt that I gave you where you can't see anything. And it's important to scan these things right away, because as we know, receipts, they start to fade. You don't want to keep them in a shoebox, in a file cabinet, in a folder, because right now there are a lot of people that are getting performance notifications and they're on vacation and their receipts are at home. So by having them in a digital system, you can respond to them at any time. So if Sam sends me a text message and he's like, we got a performance notification and I'm at home, I can log into my computer, pull up our Google Drive with the template and everything, and send that off to Amazon in 5 minutes and be done with it. I don't have to be thinking about it all night long because I have to wait till I'm in the office the next day to submit it. So it's a great peace of mind. When you send in a receipt, there are a couple of things that you want to highlight. So you want to highlight the address of the store, the ASIN or the product that they're asking you for, the quantity, and the last four of your credit card. So I've been telling people with retail receipts, if you can just put a couple of dollars on a credit card that's associated with your Amazon account, just a couple of dollars. That way you can show and track it back to your actual address by also sending your bank statement for that card. You can use 2 different cards, Adele. So what you want to do is use the card that's connected to your Amazon account. Put like $1 or $2 on there. That's all you need to do, so that those last 4 show up on that receipt and it can be linked back to your Amazon account. See, learn something worth. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That's right. That's one of the things you're going to highlight on here. And then you would also upload a copy of your bank statement, because sometimes with retail receipts, the argument is your address isn't on the retail receipt. So this is a way to get around that, being a little bit sneaky, but it pays off in the long run. Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. So you're uploading your bank statement so it matches the credit card
and it shows your proof of address. So what I recommend is I don't recommend writing on the original receipt. So I recommend making a copy, and then you can highlight on that copy. So there is software that you can get, free software, where you can highlight things on a PDF. So you can do that. No, just the highlighted. The original you're keeping, because you don't want to doctor a receipt and then you get a claim for something that's on that same receipt, and then it gets to be confusing about what you're actually trying to tell Amazon. So you don't want to doctor the original, you want to doctor a copy. So make sure you do that. You want the full receipt. So as you can see, you can cut a receipt. You just have to make sure that the beginning and the end of receipt is on one page. So you can put it side by side. You can flip this the other way, put side by side that way. Just make sure that you change it so that the orientation is correct. Now I'm going to go through and show you what our system looks like. We scan everything into the Google Drive, as you can see. We have a folder called RA Receipts. They are broken down by year, then by month, and then by day. And then the physical receipt is given the name. Then you can search this in the Google Drive. So if I said Cole Haan, January 1st, right up here, this receipt would come up.
You don't need like a neat receipt?
You don't need one. Like, yeah, the scanner. It's right over there. Oh, see, you weren't here last month. See, that's what you get, Adele, for not coming. Okay. So this is the scanner that we use. It's called ScanSnap. It is a little bit more expensive. I think it's like $300 to $400 on Amazon. You don't have to get with ScanSnap. When you open it up, it automatically turns on. It plugs right into your computer. You can scan a picture or whatever you need to scan, and then you can say if you want it to be saved as a picture or PDF, and then save it right to your computer. PDF.
And so you can buy Google Points.
Yes.
How do you get it to Google Points?
You upload it. You just upload it into Google. Talking in a different way. Okay. So yeah,
I can show you that.
talking. Yeah.
You scan it into the computer, you drag it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you open up the Google Drive, drag the file.
Oh, okay.
Is that an app ID or is that something you
You download
download?
on your computer because the scan is not, it's USB connected to our computer.
Yeah.
So it goes directly into a scan folder that they generate, and you can see the driver upload to the drive.
So, for example, this.
I think it was on that. You kind of hold your own.
So the way that it works, so if say I save this to the computer, if I want to put this into this folder, all I have to do is just take it. Let me do this one and just drag it and drop it, and it's going to download it in there. It's that easy. Just drag and drop. Receipt. So you just cut it up and scan it in there, and it's all in one place. And this is how we keep track of our receipts. Now, as to the purchase tracking side of things, there is a template on the website in the modules, in the templates and how-to, called Purchase Tracking Template. Purchase Tracking Template. And this is what we use to keep track of all of our purchases. This is saved in the Google Drive so that we all have access to it and can get to it. So if you are doing RA, you can upload your buy list to it. So here at the bottom, RA Scoutify, So this is where you would upload your Scoutify buy list, just copy it and paste it in here. This is where you would download your RA Profit Bandit buy list. You put it right in there. Your Amazon orders, you put those in here if you do that. And your OA orders, you'd put that in here. We have to add a tab onto wholesale. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to do it one day. But your OA orders and everything, you put it in here. So when you put this information in here, it's going to have the product ID. It's going to have the title, the cost, the location, the date that you purchased it. So then you can take that information and just search for it in your drive for the receipt. So it kind of makes the process really easy, and it streamlines it. So does anyone have any questions about receipts or keeping track of inventory? So, yes.
How do you reconcile the receipts and keep track of the inventory? How do they?
So this is where you're going to keep track of your inventory in this file that I showed you right here. So it's just, this is a kind of a directory to find your receipts. That's how you use this. So does anyone have any questions on this? So if you don't take anything away from this session, take these away. Scan your receipts. When you send them into Amazon, make it as easy as possible on Amazon to accept your documentation, because they are rejecting retail receipts now if you do not highlight the quantity and the title. So make sure that you're sending in that information that they need. So let me see. Are there any questions here? I don't think so. Yep. Yep. It makes no sense, Jerry, but it makes sense. I think you gotta go with the flow. Go with the flow. With Marshalls, it's no easy system at all.